That 75-year-old still working? That's not a failure. That's your future. And the system you trust right now is the reason they're still working. And right now, that system is holding over $46 trillion of your money. Today, you will see how the money taken from your paycheck finances the technology designed to replace you. And trust me, the way they are doing it is 100% legal. Society tells you they just bought too many coffees and didn't save enough. But what if the same Wall Street fund draining their retirement just bought your local grocery store? But the terrifying truth is the vast majority of them did everything right. They played by the rules, worked for 40 years, and put money into their retirement account. For the last 4 decades, the American working class has been sold a massive lie. It is the most successful financial deception ever sold to the middle class. A deception packaged as the ultimate path to the golden years. It's called the 401k. You are told this system is designed to make you a millionaire by age 65. But behind closed doors on Wall Street, the 401k was never designed to protect you. It was designed to legally trap your wealth and strip you of your financial freedom. It uses your paycheck to fund the corporations making your life unaffordable today. Now, to be clear, the 401k isn't entirely useless. For many people, it's the only tool they have. But the way it's structured guarantees most people fall short. This is the scam that ensures you will work forever. To understand why your neighborhood is suddenly unaffordable today, we must go back in time. Back to the exact moment in 1978 when they quietly rewrote the rules to steal your future. To understand the trap today, you need to understand what retirement used to look like. In the mid-20th century, the American dream wasn't just a marketing slogan. It had a mathematical backing. It was called a pension. Under a pension, the deal was simple. You give a company 30 years of loyalty, and they pay a percentage of your salary forever. If the stock market crashed, that was the company's problem. If inflation spiked, the company took the hit. The risk was entirely on the employer. They carried the burden of your future. Sounds fair, right? That's exactly why corporations killed it. Because it cost them money and it ate into their profit margins. Wall Street needed a way to shift the financial risk directly onto your shoulders. In 1978, they found their loophole hidden deep inside the Revenue Act. It was a minor tax code adjustment known as Section 401k. The funny thing is, it was never meant for the working class. It was created as a legal tax dodge for executives to hide bonuses from the IRS. But a benefits consultant named Ted Benna noticed this obscure loophole. He had a realization that would change the global economy forever. What if companies stopped offering expensive guaranteed pensions and just told employees to save their own money in the stock market? Genius for them. A disaster for you. This birthed the defined contribution plan. Suddenly, the narrative flipped. Corporations convinced the public this was a victory for freedom. You are in control now. You are an investor. But it was psychological manipulation. By shifting from pensions to 401ks, corporations saved trillions of dollars. And the American worker? They were handed a ticking time bomb. If the market crashed the day before you retired, they didn't owe you a dime. You just lost half your life's work. Even Ted Benna recently admitted his regret. He stated publicly, "I created a monster that should be blown up." But Wall Street didn't blow it up, they weaponized it. Here is how the modern trap operates. When you get a job today, you are almost always auto-enrolled. A percentage of your paycheck is siphoned off before you even see it. You are told about the magical power of compound interest and the employer match. You pick a target date fund for the year 2060 and you go back to sleep. You think your money is just sitting in a vault peacefully growing? But it's not. It is being aggressively bled dry by invisible vampires. Let's talk about fees. When you invest, institutions charge an expense ratio or management fee. Often it looks like a tiny harmless number, maybe 1%. You look at that and think, 1%? That's nothing for managing my money. This is the greatest mathematical deception played on the middle class. Because that 1% fee isn't taken from your profits. It is taken from your entire total asset pool every single year. Let's do the math. If you invest $10,000 a year for 30 years, you might end up with around $1 million. But because of the loss of compound interest on the money they took, that 1% fee will devour nearly 30% of your total lifetime wealth. You took 100% of the risk, you worked 100% of the hours. Yet asset managers take 30% of your life's labor, just for writing a few lines of code that auto-invest your money. They legally confiscate a third of your retirement and you don't even notice. But stealing your profits isn't the darkest part of this system. What they actually do with your $46 trillion is far more sinister. Think about this. $46 trillion is more money than the GDP of entire continents. And who controls it? A handful of mega asset managers like BlackRock and Vanguard. They tell you that you own the stocks, but you don't. You own a derivative. The asset managers hold the actual voting power. With your money, these firms have become the largest shareholders in almost every corporation on Earth. This is the ultimate paradox of the 401k trap. You are literally funding the destruction of your own life. Every paycheck you pay them to replace you. Your retirement money is blindly injected into massive index funds. These funds use your capital to buy up private equity firms, and those firms invade your neighborhood. Remember that independent vet clinic down the street, or your local family plumber. Wall Street bought them. They kept the old family signs, but quietly doubled all the prices. They buy up your local hospital, cutting staff and doubling your medical bills. They invest in artificial intelligence, funding the technology designed to replace your exact job. Wall Street uses the capital from your labor to create an economy where you cannot afford to live. You are forced to pay higher rent orchestrated by the companies your retirement is financing. They use your money as a weapon against you. And if you try to pull your money out to escape, the trap snaps shut. The IRS and the government have built an electric fence around your own money. If you face an eviction and need to withdraw from your 401k early, the system punishes you with extreme prejudice. You face a 10% penalty plus taxes. They will confiscate nearly 40% of your money. It is a financial hostage situation. You are forced to leave it in the casino until you are old. But let's play the devil's advocate. Let's say you survive the fees and work for 40 years. At age 65, you open your account and see the magical number. $1 million. You did it. You won the game, right? Wrong. Because Wall Street's hidden fees were only the first robbery. You forgot the second, and most devastating element of their trap, the weapon of inflation. The system conditions you to look at the nominal number, not the purchasing power. Back in the year 2000, $1 million meant true wealth. You could buy a home and travel. But by the time you retire, thanks to the Federal Reserve's endless money printing, that $1 million won't make you rich. It might not even cover a decade of rent. You aren't saving for wealth. You are desperately trying to outpace the devaluation of your currency. And the system knows this. They know the math doesn't work. They know the $46 trillion is an illusion. This is why you see the 75-year-old still working. They aren't there because they failed, they are there because the system succeeded. The ultimate goal of the system isn't to help you retire, it is to keep you on the treadmill, financing their monopolies and paying their fees until the day you die. The retirement you were promised does not exist. It was a marketing campaign. But realizing the game is rigged is the only way you can ever escape it. You need to stop playing their game and start building systems of wealth outside Wall Street. The system relies on your ignorance. It wants you to stay asleep and never ask questions. If you refuse to be a pawn in their $46 trillion casino and want to understand how the elite hide their wealth, the system relies on you clicking away. But if you want to break the illusion, join the wealth archives. Because the only way to protect your future is to understand who is trying to steal it. Stay awake. I'll see you in the next archive.